Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in Mass Effect. And we're going to resume our game, shall we? Let's see, I'm in the infirmary. Okay. Yeah, that's where we left off. Alright. Let's go search the ship, shall we? Do.
Hey, Commander.
Hey, Ashley.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
You'll be missed.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
Wow. This is actually a tough one. I mean, just from like what it's saying on the screen, I'm sure I'm not going to be like an asshole about it. You earned it because you didn't die. I mean, I'm guessing that's what this one's kind of like, but darn, you earned it.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
How you holding up?
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
You helped.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
Glad to have you.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
Sorry about the little, like, not lag, but, interruption between when I actually finish talking and when I actually start playing again. It's only because... while I'm talking, I'm actually, knitting.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Yes, I would like to investigate. Captain Anderson.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
Sounds like my kind of guy. Caden Alcano.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record. Over 12 special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
L2?
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Are you sure about that? I mean, no offense, but kind of worried about the insanity part. Rest of it, not that big a deal for me. Personal questions.
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
I'm glad. Any regrets?
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Yeah, I'm sure I would too.
I should go.
Not that I'm
Goodbye,
doubting them,
Commander.
But, you know, whenever I say no to like a friend or anything, I feel like I'm abandoning them. Normally there's something here to click on. Caden, nothing there.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
That's it? Really? Okay. Whatever. Pretty sure he wanted to talk to me. I forget if he did or didn't. Now let's see. That's inventory. Okay, there we go. Roll out, speak to Joker. Okay then. And when I'm actually done with the recording session, I'll go through the codex as a separate part of a video.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Alright. Just wanted to check on you. See if you wanted to talk or anything. Sheesh. Seems a little bit of a hard ass to me. That's just my personal opinion. I understand why these elevators take... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I understand why these elevators are kind of slow. And I was going to say because it's them actually loading up the next scene. But obviously it's not. Equip Kane and equip Ashley. I'm trying to think of who I can actually get in this game. I'll probably have Talia.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies before you head out?
I forget.
What have you got?
If
Whatever
we
you
get
want.
the robot or not.
Armor, weapons,
If we get the
mods.
robot, then yeah, I'll
It's not
use
standard
codes to Talia.
Alliance issue, but that's not
And,
necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different
Gareth, I think I'll
brands.
use Gareth, quite frankly.
Many of the
He's
best
gonna be my
licenses are
sniper
hard to
rifle.
get, but they're
Sniper.
well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
Okay.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and
Sorry
sell
about
a
that, ladies
certain
and
brand
gentlemen.
of
Pretty sure
products.
last time
I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy
That
more
was
if you
on
want me to bring in different brands.
bottom.
Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
Give me a second here, ladies and gentlemen. I dropped a stitch. Which basically means that my knitting can actually unravel itself.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased. But I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Okay, show me.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Sell first off. Let's see. Kessler 1, Kessler 1, Kessler... Compare this one to this. 556. Okay. Compare that to what I have. Okay, I'm gonna be keeping that. Gonna be keeping that. I already have that. Oh wait, no I don't. I have a Steiner, which is actually better. So, accept that. Let's compare this. Let's see, 35, 32, 104, 98. No, yeah, that one I think is a little bit better. But this is the N7. Whatever. Grenade upgrade. Maximum. Nope, don't even need that. Might as well buy it. It's so cheap anyways. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just quickly go into here. Transfer the upgrades. Oh, shit. Yeah. What? But I literally just bought it. What the hell? Okay, I guess it was... Ah, there it is. Yeah, down there. Okay. I was a little confused there. Yeah. I kind of like you with your helmet on. Yes, because you actually aren't very good with it. Again, yes. And go into my inventory. Just check it out. No. I'm gonna keep it though. Nah, not gonna bother with keeping it. Yes, I will. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sort of going back and forth between whether or not I should or shouldn't keep it. Alright.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander.
Yeah. Oh, soldiers die. Gotta move on. I know that sounds a little heartless, but I mean, considering the fact that two Spectres fought each other and one of them killed each other, my first reaction would be, something really bad is happening. So, you know, worst case scenario, there's going to be some kind of war. And I do not want to be caught off guard with a war. So I can't really focus on the fact that I lost people, unfortunately.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
I can bet. I kind of like the newer Normandies, just saying. And you know, I think what a cool little, I know I think it's in the third game only, but I know in some of the games you can actually get like little models for your room. And I think it would be cool if like there was like a small little mini game where you could get a couple of XP points, not like a lot or anything, but just a couple. Where you actually have to build the model itself, like maybe be a couple of pieces, or maybe just have like a little puzzle game, and that's how, and you know, like you're actually building the puzzle itself. Oh, okay. I thought there was I thought it was actually talking. That's why I pressed it again, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. I mean, I know I'm not the commanding officer, but I'm basically the
Good
commanding
timing,
officer.
Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.